reaction video. I'm Josiah the Game King here, bringing you a reaction to Pinkie Tales The Little Mermare by MagPiePony. I was debating actually reacting to this because of the fact that I have seen all the other ones and, well, yeah, figured if I've already seen if I've seen all but one of them, what's the point in reacting to just one of them and then waiting for the next one? But you know what? No, I figured I haven't seen it. It's prime for reacting, and you know what? I'm sure you guys would like to see my reactions. Don't let my name the Game King fool you. I'd like to do more than just gaming. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, play. And for the record, no, I have not seen The Little Mermaid.
You're in for such a treat tonight, Poundin' Pumpkin. This is one of my favorite stories, like, ever. It's all about the mysterious merponies that live under the sea. Shall we get started? Once upon a time...
That voice is really grating.
Long ago, before the creation of Equestria, there was a vast cloud kingdom called Skyvale. It was the single largest Pegasus kingdom in the world, and it produced the weather for all neighboring Earth and Unicorn kingdoms.
You can't help but just find that voice a little bit grating.
Rainbows, wind, and rain clouds.
Oh, and yes, rainbows are very, very important.
The city itself,
like, you just can't live without a rainbow every now
so
and
that
then.
it could use the water for weather production. Ships of food and supplies had to sail all over the
Wait, if Skyvale's in the sky, how can the boats get the food over there?
Less and less ships were able to reach their destination. Surviving sailors told tales of mystical singing voices that would lure the supply ships to their doom, sinking
because it seems to be above the ocean.
Scholars and skeptics ruled these tales as myths, denying knowledge of any known creature able to pull off such a feat. Unbeknown to the pony world above, an underwater city called Aquatica lay directly beneath the Pegasus.
Aquatica, okay.
It was inhabited by all the creatures of the ocean, including the fabled merponies. The wise and benevolent king had forbidden his subjects to swim to the surface world, lest they be caught.
Wait,
by
so if
the
the female merponies are mermares,
his kingdom and take their resources for their own greedy purposes.
Would the male merponies be merstallions? Because it doesn't roll off the tongue as much.
Against her father's wishes,
Party-L.
She would swim to the surface to learn of
I
the
kind of
world
thought
she
it'd
was
be
forbidden to see.
Pinkie-L or...
One particular afternoon, Party-L made the journey towards
Ariel
the surface
Pie.
in search of something special. Her faithful friend, Floundershy, followed nervously, despite her growing anxiety.
Floundershy,
Are you sure we should be going this way? Some pony might see us.
Is that Vanna Melon?
Floundershy cautioned, darting her eyes as she swam.
You're just being a scaredy fins, Floundershy. Besides, I have to find something
that
special
name.
for Mod
I don't know why I
birthday.
just find that.
Get it, Mod Cod? Because
Don't
cod
interrupt
is a
the
type of
story.
fish.
Yes.
I know.
I get it. Move
You never
on.
know what might be lurking, waiting for us. I thought you loved all kinds of fish and animals. Oh, I do. I love sea stars and sea sponges and Nemo and even a nice shark.
Nemo.
But have you seen an octopus rabbit's prey? All those arms. Why does it eat all those arms?
Let's not think about how many tentacles and arms would meet octopuses.
Party-L giggled at the silliness of her friend's phobias and continued towards the surface. It wasn't long before she broke through the waves, smiling at the sunlight overhead.
Nothing like breathing in the dry, salty air. I guess that
Dry and salty air does not sound pleasant.
Air-type lungs, and the fish part of me has gills. Does that mean I can breathe from my flank?
Let's try not to question the logistics of
Yes.
pony anatomy, Pinkie.
Let's not.
You're one of those narrators, saying big ol' icky words I can't understand. What are you, a Twilight wannabe?
Party-L scanned the waves, looking for a little island that she wanted
Get
to
off
visit,
the screen.
in order to meet up with a strange sky-dwelling friend.
Are you ignoring me?
Yes, get off the screen.
Is that you, darling?
What?
A familiar voice called. Party Elf
Rarity's a
smiled and
bird.
swam to greet her friend.
I'm not just
Fluttershy
saying
floated
that,
out
right?
just beneath the
She's a
waves.
bird.
Partiel, what brings you up here? Hang on, Birdity. Hey!
Birdity.
Don't you ignore me! I have a legitimate question, and you just shirked me off just like that?
Yes. Get down
The
and stop
narrators
interrupting the
warned me
story.
about you. They said if you get out of line, I can send you to the bad Pinkie corner.
But I'm the star! You can't punish the star or the story won't continue!
I guess you better behave, or Pound and
Yes.
Pumpkin will be very disappointed, won't they?
You don't play fair! Oh, that's really smart. I like you. We're gonna get along just fine, you and me. So, Partiel, what brings you up here on this glorious day?
Birdity asked. Birdity was a seagull, and the first and only friend of Party Elves who lived above the ocean. She would spin marvelous tales of her travels, and show her little trinkets she had acquired from the ponies in the Cloud Kingdom.
I'm here for a super special reason.
I gotta say, that
My
artwork
sister's
is pretty
birthday
good
today,
there.
And I want to get her something extra super duper amazingly special for Nick.
Won't your father be suspicious if you bring her something from the pony world?
Oh, please. He doesn't know his pearls from his dingle hoppers. How would he find out?
Birdity smiled and displayed an
Dingle
array of gemstones she had
Okay.
collected over the years and stashed on her little island.
Alright, let's see what I have here for your sister. An emerald perhaps? Or a ruby? I suppose it would depend on her colors. Tell me, is she a winter or a summer? It makes all the difference, darling.
Ooh, that one! That one!
Party Elf shouted, pointing her hoof at a dull and unremarkable stone that had washed ashore.
That. But that's just a rock.
Yeah.
Aren't all of these rocks?
Well, technically I suppose they could be classified as rocks, but these are gemstones.
Gemstones, darling. Gemstones.
I thought you were looking for something a little more exotic. Why bother coming to shore if you're going to pick something that can be found anywhere in the ocean?
Nuh-uh! This rock looks just like a sea cake! You can't find that on the ocean floor! It's super duper special, and Modcott is gonna love it! Can I have it, Birdity? Can I?
Oh, alright. If you insist.
Thanks, Birdity!
Party Elf started, but was cut off when she noticed a strange array of colors pass overhead from one cloud to the next. Party Elf had never seen a rainbow before, and its beauty had left her speechless.
Oh my. Looks as if the prince is at it again.
The prince?
So Rainbow Dash is a
Oh,
prince
yes.
for the second
The
time.
Pegasus Prince has a habit of taking the rainbows from production and flaunting them about when he flies. It is rather lovely though, isn't it?
Rainbow. Is that what that is?
Party Elf said, reaching out her hoof in bewilderment.
Speak of the stallion. Here he comes now.
The blue Pegasus with a mane that matched
You
the
better
brilliance of
duck
the rainbows he carried
and
was
hide.
flying fast and freely overhead. And
And what? And what?
do you mean to tell me the prince is Rainbow Dash again?
Yeah, this is like the second time.
Excuse me, but this is Prince Dashy. Totally different prince and a totally different story.
No, it's Rainbow Dash, and she was already a prince in Cindershy.
Look, I can't go around making every pony think that I'm a Flutterdash shipper, okay?
Yeah,
It's
we
Prince
don't.
Dashy, and he.
Yeah, Flutterdash is
totally
not a good
different from
ship.
that other prince.
Okay, so Birdity is a mare, Floundershy is a mare, but Prince Dashy is a stallion.
It's called
Question
acting.
my logic? We're all just playing a role here. Genders mean nothing.
As the
It really
prince
doesn't in
flew,
acting. I
a
mean, look
colorful
at the
rainbow
classic
followed
Shakespeare
like a streak of
productions.
light in the sky. Party Elf could only catch glimpses of
Or
the prince as he
classic
flew
theater
quickly from
productions,
one
I
cloud
should
to
say,
another.
not just
She
Shakespeare.
sighed and put her hooves to her chest, looking down at it in confusion.
That's strange. I feel all tingly inside.
Partiel, do you have feelings for the prince? A mermare with a crush on a Pegasus. Oh, ridiculously romantic.
No, it's just
You must
ridiculous.
find a way to speak to him. You must. You must.
You must! You must! As it all.
Yes, I
See,
moved too
I swear
far
that
from
was
the water
taken
to
from the
reach.
show. I think
Love will
the
find
line
way,
specifically,
won't it,
not the voice
Oh,
actor
I'm so excited.
saying it.
Tell you what, why don't you swim down and write him a letter, and I'll deliver it to the prince myself.
You do that for me?
Of course, darling. What else do I have going on? I'm an annoying, squawky little bird with no social standings. Go on, hurry home with you, and be back with that letter before sundown.
Party-O squealed and dove back under the waves, swimming as fast as her fins would take her. Floundershy had to grip onto the base of Party-O's tail just to keep up.
But what about your sister's party?
Floundershy said shakily as she was thrashed back and forth in the water.
Don't worry, Floundershy. I can do both. I'll write the letter, give Modcart her present, and then sneak back to the surface before sundown. You'll do what?
A new, but familiar voice called. Party-O gasped and stopped mid-swim, inadvertently slinging Floundershy off her tail and into her crustaceous friend.
Sorry, Tribastian.
Floundershy said,
Tribastian.
the crab to hide behind Party-O.
Did I hear you say you'll sneak back to the surface? Party-O, your father has strictly forbidden you to...
But Twibastian, you
So
don't
Twilight's that
understand.
crab thing.
It's love.
What?
Or just that crab.
Party-O may have seen the Pegasus Prince, and, she has kind of a crush on him.
Oh, it's much more than that. I'm an impulsive teenager with single-minded determination to get what I want, and I've set my sights on something that I just can't have. It must be fate.
Party-O,
I
this has
just
gone
love
too far.
lines like
If
that.
your father found out that I let you swim to the surface again, he'd have my head. You're coming with me right now, and you're never to speak
What
to
head do you
someone.
have? I only see eyes and a mouth popping
Party-O
out
said
of
with
a
shame,
singular
giving up
shape.
uncharacteristically soon.
And hair,
I
which
was
crabs
done
don't
thinking
have,
about it
as far as I
anyway.
know.
I'd much rather sing.
Oh no.
Party-O!
Feeling I have growing.
Party-O, please don't start.
It's a twitching, itchy, warm sensation.
I can feel a migraine.
I don't want
As can I.
So now you didn't know
And
it,
I simply cannot doubt
and
it.
you really shouldn't show it.
There's no denying that I've fallen for some pony.
Oy vey.
I dream of living in the clouds
Huh.
with him. No pony else can make me feel like I'm in love. I wanna watch the sunset from way up high.
I gotta say, Magpie can sing pretty good with that voice.
The rules are
With her
what keep
voice
you
beat,
safe.
with her making her voice that high.
I've seen him, I am convinced.
That didn't take much.
He's the pony I'm supposed to be
How would
with.
you know?
Just you wait, I'm gonna see
You
him.
mean you have only seen him?
Wait until I meet
You
him.
haven't actually met him?
And even though we're from two worlds, we'll be together.
Are you crazy?
I dream of living in the clouds and flying freely with him. No pony else can make me feel like I'm in love. I wanna watch the sunset from way up high. Just my Dashi, and no pony else would ever be with him but me. Do you like how I finally snuck a song into Pinkie's Tales?
You know, I
When
feel like that
Party-O
was
returned
less
to the
of
aquatic
Pinkie saying that,
palace,
and more of
her
Magpie
cheerful
saying
disposition
that.
quickly faded as she was met with the disapproving glare of King
Ah.
Frankington.
Just,
Why is Cranky the king?
God, of course.
Party-O said, placing the small stone on her sister's hoof. Modcod stared at it incredulously.
Metamorphic, combination of granite and cloudcrete, commonly found in the construction of Pegasi dwellings.
Cloud crate?
Side dwellings?
But look how it's shaped. Doesn't it look like a sea cake to you?
Party-O asked nervously, trying to divert her father's attention.
It looks like a rock. Thank you, Party-O. I love it.
You went to the surface.
Ah, I
didn't
love
you?
Mod.
Well,
She was only trying to find the right gift for Modcard, Your Majesty Crankyton, sir.
Floundershy said, attempting and failing to help the situation.
Party-O, I have told you again and again, never to go
Is
to the
that
surface
Will?
world. They're a greedy, vile, untrustworthy race only out for themselves. If they discovered we were beneath
That sounds
these
like
waters,
Will.
merponies and creatures alike would be in danger. Don't you understand that?
But Doodle Daddy, how do you know they're bad? Have you ever even met one?
That's enough! You will sprint to your room and stay there for the rest of the night without joining the festivities of your sister's birthday.
What? But...
Why, Bastion, you will guard her in her room.
Me?
Is there a problem with that?
No, sir. No problem.
Good. I don't want to hear another word about this surface nonsense ever again.
King Crankyton exclaimed, pointing his hoof in the direction of the palace. Party L held back tears as she swam to her room in defeat. While the uncertainty of the surface world was a danger to merponies, there was a far more present evil lurking under the waves. Just outside Aquatica lived 3 dark,
Aha!
magical
It was the
creatures known
Sirens.
as the Sirens. Unlike regular merpony kind, these creatures harnessed a strange magic that allowed them to affect the pony world above. Using their red crystals, they would sing captivating songs to pony sailors.
Those are the same
guiding
4
their
notes
ships into
repeated
the rocks to
constantly.
drown them. Although some merponies were grateful that the Sirens kept the land ponies at bay, King Crankyton feared their magic and banished them away from the city. Over time, their home became littered with the debris of the ships they sank, causing it to be named the Sunken Ship Graveyard. The Sirens kept to themselves and did not converse with many sea creatures, only those who dared to enter their domain.
See, their
Their magic
actual
allowed them to keep an eye on both
horse,
pony and
mermaid, her
mermaid
horse
worlds.
fish things.
Until now, their efforts to achieve their goal had been futile. However,
They're
the
more-
sudden romantic
they're
interest
mer
from the
horses.
Merpony princess gave the Sirens an opportunity too perfect to resist.
A merpony in love with a Pegasus.
The eldest siren.
Dang, that is a pretty good,
gazing
pretty
into
good,
an enchanted bubble that
is it
reflected
Kazumi
an image of
Evans who
Party L,
voiced
singing happily to her
Adagio
friends about her love for
in
the prince.
in
So
the
what?
movie?
Aria
Right,
Blaze, the middle
it
siren,
sounds
said,
very good.
uninterested.
This could be exactly what
Good
we
job.
need to finally take control of Skyvale.
I thought we wanted Prince Dashy's medallion thingy.
The youngest, Sonata Dusk, asked, obliviously bobbing her head in tune with Party L's song.
Duh. The medallion is what controls the weather, and whoever controls the weather controls Skyvale.
Oh, yeah.
Our crystals, combined with the prince's pendant, will give us all the power we need to control every ship that dares set sail on our ocean.
Why do we even bother sinking ships anyway? The fear we collect from pony sailors is never enough to satisfy our hunger. So what makes you think adding more shipwrecks will do anything?
We can sink them all at once by conjuring up the greatest storm this planet has ever seen. It'll be so epic that fear will be struck in the hearts of all pony kind.
Except the merponies. Merponies don't worry about storms.
Merponies don't even have magic to steal, Sonata.
Yeah, they do.
Do not.
Do too.
Do not.
Do too.
Enough!
Adagio screamed, effectively silencing the pair of them.
I want you two to follow that little Mermare princess. Convince her that she might need a little help getting the pony of her dreams for the right price.
And what exactly are you going to be doing?
I'll be conjuring up a spell, of course. Something we can use to trap that little princess into doing what we need her to do.
I dream of living in the clouds and flying freely with him.
Will you shut it already?
What? It's catchy.
While Party L sulked and the Sirens schemed, Prince Dashy was in the sky, struggling to pay attention to a very important lesson. His mentor, Daring Duke, was attempting to teach him
Daring
how to
Duke.
use the Skyvale pendant to send storm
I
clouds
wonder
to
what
the north.
character that could
Dashy,
be.
are you listening?
Be based off of.
blah blah blah, big responsibilities, yada yada.
Dashy said,
great
lounging
power
on the
comes
cloud
great
with his hooves
responsibility.
behind his head.
That blah 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 is very important. You're the prince for Skyvale's sake, and your father has given the pendant to you for a reason. You and you alone have the power to send the weather across the world.
Thanks, Mr. Exposition. I think I got that.
Daring Duke growled under his breath.
I think that was actually just exposition there.
It's very important that you check with the Pegasi Cloudkeepers to make sure the right kinds of weather are sent to the right places. The biggest problem you're going to have is starting up storm clouds.
What do you mean starting up? Doesn't his magic doohickey do all that?
Yes, but only on a cloud-by-cloud basis. After you use the pendant to send them on their way, It's your duty to start the lightning and thunder for each storm cloud. You have to be very careful, though. Lightning is still unpredictable. Are you sure you can handle this?
Yeah, just see the last roundup, see how unpredictable it is.
When do I start?
Right now, we're set to send this storm to the unicorns in the north. I'll go with you this time so you can...
Ready, set, go!
Prince Dashi announced, zooming past Daring Duke in an array of colors.
You've been using the rainbows again to show off? Oh, Dash, we've talked about this!
Never do
Meanwhile,
that.
under the waves,
Or else,
Princess Cardiel and
never do it, because it's a
managed to
waste
slip
of
away from
rainbows.
Bastion's watch. As soon as she was sure she hadn't been followed, she swam towards the surface, hoping to see more rainbows and, possibly, a glimpse of her beloved prince. Floundershy didn't protest this time, knowing that it was imperative they swim as quietly as possible. Cardiel could tell by the flashes of light above her head that a storm was brewing in the sky. She frowned, knowing that a rainbow and her prince wouldn't be around for such poor weather. She turned tail in defeat and resolved to swim home when she heard a mighty crack of thunder, followed by a loud splash. Cardiel looked in horror to see a slightly charred and wounded Prince Dashi sinking in the ocean.
And then he sank.
Cardiel shouted,
sank.
swimming after him.
And
She
then
didn't
drowned.
hesitate, scooping up her prince in her hooves and attempting to keep his head above the water. Shouldering his weight, she swam towards the only piece of land she knew existed, Birdity's Island.
That is the sound of someone hitting keyboards, I think. Hitting keyboard keys, I think.
Please, wake up!
Cardiel whispered, unsure how to help him breathe. She shook him gently once, then again, pleading for him to open his eyes.
You have to wake up, Dashi. You just have to. You can't leave me. That's not how the story goes. It's supposed to be okay. Please, Dashi.
It sounds similar.
Cardiel
The
continued to
sound
panic
of
and
the...
ramble until at last, Prince Dashi coughed and sputtered the water that had been in his lungs.
You're okay? Oh, Dashi, you're okay. What? Who are you? So pretty.
Daring Duke called from somewhere in the sky. Cardiel gasped and dove back under the waves, not wanting to be caught.
Dashing! Hang on, I'm coming!
Daring Duke cried with a mixture of relief and panic in his tone. He landed on the beach near the prince and pulled him further away from the water.
Who was that? The mare. She saved me.
Hang on, Dashi. You'll be alright.
Just...
Daring Duke said, pulling the prince on his back. With some struggle, he took off in flight towards the palace.
What word am I trying to think
Cardiel
of?
watched
It's
the exchange just below the water.
Stop, just don't be delusional. You're gonna be okay.
I don't think he's coming back, Cardiel.
Floundershy said, putting a fin on her friend sympathetically.
He said I was pretty. He looked so happy. Even though he almost died, he looked at me like he left me. I can't go on without him, Floundershy. I just have to know what he thinks of me.
But how? You don't even know where he lives.
I guess that means you'll have to fly there.
Cardiel and Floundershy turned around sharply to see where the third unfamiliar voice had come. Two strange merpony creatures had joined them, both looking friendly and still frightening at the same time.
Fly there?
Well, that's the only way you can get to Skyvale, isn't it?
And it just so happens we know how you can do it. Who are you?
Cardiel asked cautiously, Floundershy hiding behind her fin in the process.
We're the Sirens, of course.
You have heard of us, haven't you? Well, yeah.
And you must know that we have access to some powerful magic.
And we're totally willing to share it with you, too. But why?
Follow us. Let's bring her on the way.
The pair of Sirens said,
Don't
swimming
do
away,
it.
expecting Cardiel to follow.
No!
I don't think we should do it.
I
Let's
don't.
just go home.
But they said they could help.
Yes, listen to
They
the
said I
voice
could
of
see my
reason.
prince again.
Floundershy grimaced in disagreement. Following her gut instinct, she slipped away from the princess and the Sirens when they weren't looking. She swam as quickly as her little fins would take her back towards Aquatica.
Come in, princess.
Adagio said, beckoning Cardiel forward. Pardiel noted that they were in a particularly large sunken pony ship. Spells and dangerous-looking objects lined the shelves, nooks and crannies of what was once the captain's quarters.
Whoa! You really have evil bad guy wear down to an art!
My fellow sirens here tell me that you have a bit of a problem. A Pegasus problem, to be exact.
I want to be a Pegasus so that I can fly up and find my prince.
Well, we can certainly help you with that.
Adagio said, gathering magical supplies while the other sirens kept a close eye on Pardiel.
You will? But why?
I don't know what you've heard about us sirens, but I assure you it isn't all true.
We're merponies, just like you.
We just want to belong.
No,
you're not
they're
villains.
mer horse.
You're just
They're
shy
mer
magical
horse
mermares
sea
who
pony
sink
things.
ships and happen to live
Oh,
in a
sea
really
ponies.
spooky
Maybe that's what they are.
No pony's ever harmed. The sailors merely
Evil
fly
sea
away
ponies.
when the ship sinks.
Or use their magic to teleport somewhere else.
Or flare around in the water and scream like little guppies because they never learned how to swim. What?
We only mean to protect the merponies. Perhaps if the Pegasi understood us poor sea creatures, then they could keep other ponies from trying to hurt and use us.
So you can make me a Pegasus?
Well, yes.
But
We may be good merponies, but we don't work for free, you know.
I don't
It'll
have
cost
any money
you
with
about
me, but I guess I could swim back
1,000
if you
bits.
really
No.
wanted me to.
1
It's
million
not like I'm
bits.
hunting for riches, since, you know, I am a princess after
No,
all.
no.
But then again,
1
would you want
billion
money?
bits.
I know, maybe
Yes.
I just want to be friends. Is that it? I mean, if I were a misunderstood pony who lived in Creepsville, I would just want some pony to be my friend and maybe teach me how not to seem so dark and mysterious all the time.
But you...
And if you befriend the princess, well then you've really got a good chance of impressing other ponies because, I mean, who doesn't love princesses, am I right? And I'm sure...
Yeah, haven't you seen all the Disney movies?
Annoying, never-ending, high-pitched, squeaking voice, so we don't have to listen to it anymore.
Make it stop!
Sonata wailed in the corner while Arya covered her ears.
But if I don't have my voice, how can I tell Dashi that I'm the one who saved him? And that he was all wrong about merponies and...
You'll figure it out, I'm sure. Do you
Yes.
really think he won't
Write it
learn when you
down.
don't talk? Trust me, we're doing you a favor here.
Don't underestimate mouth writing.
Then you'll make me a Pegasus for my voice, right?
Our spell will work for 3 days. You have until then to get Prince Dashi to say I love you. If he does, you'll remain a Pegasus forever and live happily ever after.
But what if I don't?
Then you'll have to come back and serve us.
Forever, right?
Forever and ever? Yes!
Oh, okay, see? I know my cliches of stories.
The clock is ticking, Pardiel. This offer won't last forever.
Pardiel bit her lip and mentally weighed her choices. She heaved a sigh and nodded softly.
Yep.
Alright. Turn me into a Pegasus and I'll give you my voice. And if I fail, I'll work for you forever and ever and ever. Pinkie promise.
Pinkie, what? What is that?
Look, just sign this magic parchment and the deed will be done.
Pardiel took the magic quill from beside the parchment and carefully scrawled her name on the
Wait a
dotted line.
second.
As soon
Hold
as the
on,
quill
hold on.
left the parchment,
Just said hold
and
on.
the 3 sirens
Yeah,
laughed
forget
in
it.
unison.
How does ink
They
work
used their
underwater?
crystals to conjure a magical beam of red light. It hit Pardiel directly in the chest and traveled up to her throat.
Wait! I didn't get to say goodbye and...
She started, but the magic pried the voice from her body before she could finish. Adagio smiled, engulfing the magic with her crystal and directing a second beam of light towards the mermare's chest. Sonata and Arya quickly following suit. In a red flash of light, Pardiel's body began to change.
No!
Floundershy shouted from the entrance to the lair.
Too late.
Arya said with a dark smile.
Let her go!
Twybastian demanded, swimming at the sirens in anger.
The king will be furious!
Too bad. So sad.
The magic
She
from the sirens'
said it.
pendants let out a
She
final
said
burst
it.
of light, and Pardiel reappeared. Somehow, in the transformation, her mane and coat color had changed, along with her body.
Oh wow! I
Her
wonder
bright
what
pink
that.
complexion
I
was
wonder
now
what character
pale white,
that could be.
yellow
Could
bouncy
it be
mane and tail. She
surprise?
didn't have long to admire her new flank, hooves, and wings, however, before she began choking on the lack of oxygen.
If we were you, we'd hightail it up to that little island before your princess drowns. This isn't over!
Twybastian called, assisting Floundershy as they carried Partiel away quickly. The sirens giggled to themselves as they watched the trio of friends struggle to the surface.
Our plan is in action.
Adagio started, but stopped mid-sentence when she realized the voice coming from her throat was no longer her own.
Wait.
Oh my gosh. No, this can't be happening. The magic wasn't supposed to do that.
Oh, great.
No.
Now we have to
No.
listen to that high
No.
I have ever seen, like ever.
It'll get annoying very quickly. Yep, big no.
Adagio screamed
You're even
again
closer to
and
being an
the
unoriginal
other
villain.
sirens having to stifle their laughter in the process.
Oh, what were you thinking?
Twybastian raged, pacing back and forth on the little island while Partiel attempted to use her back hooves.
The king is going to kill me. I am a dead crab.
Maybe we should have brought him to the sirens instead.
What? Are you crazy?
You're
You
the
would've
Krabby
gone
Dad.
mad. I was supposed to watch her. Not only did I fail, but now she's gone and made a deal with the sirens? She's a Pegasus now. She's the very thing the king hates the most. I am so dead.
Partiel rolled her eyes and opened her mouth to talk, but no sound came.
And, of course, you can't even talk now. How in the hay are you supposed to do anything if you can't even talk?
Write it
Obviously, you
down.
had to
Write down
find
what you're gonna
something to
say,
the sirens in
or
order
want,
for them to give
or
you
wanted
the
to
spell.
say.
If the price was your voice, then what's the catch?
Partiel scrunched her face and put a hoof to her mouth, trying to think of a way to convey her message. She brightened when she met Floundershy's gaze and waved her hooves to get her attention.
Oh, I think she's trying to tell us something.
You think?
Partiel moved her hooves dramatically and changed her facial expressions.
No
not
kidding,
dropping
Einstein.
Floundershy's gaze.
Let's see. I get to be a Pegasus for 3 days and have to make the prince say I love you before time is up, or else I turn into a Mermare and have to serve the sirens forever.
Floundershy interpreted. Partiel smiled and nodded
How can you
enthusiastically.
tell that?
You got all of that from her hoof flailing?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
A lot of good that will do us. Floundershy can't exactly follow you to Skyvale and interpret. Besides, I don't think ponies can understand animals. Well, not many of them anyway.
Then what are we going to do?
Well,
Only thing
considering
we can't
ponies
do-
are
I'll have
animals,
to
they
go
can
with
understand at
Partiel
least
to
one
Skyvale,
animal.
and you will have to stall the king
themselves.
until this whole mess is sorted out.
Me? Stall the king?
Unless you have a better idea.
Partiel attempted for a second time to remain on her hooves, but continued to fail, falling back on the sand and sending it toppling over her friends in the process.
I guess not.
Floundershy said, shaking the sand from her gills.
All right then. First things first. We'll have to figure out how to get you to stand on those things.
Twybastian said.
Those
Partiel
things
nodded
called
enthusiastically
legs.
in response. Meanwhile, Daring Duke and Prince Dashi were wandering the beaches below Skyvale in search of the mysterious mare who had saved the prince's life. Daring Duke was unconvinced that such a mare existed, claiming that she was a figment of Dashi's imagination.
I'm telling you, Dookie Doo.
Please stop calling me that. You know I hate that.
That's why I do it. But listen, I know that mare is out there somewhere. There's no other way I could have survived this without her.
Wait,
Good point.
Is that her?
Daring Duke asked in shock, pointing a hoof at a clumsy-looking Pegasus who couldn't seem to fly straight.
No, the mare I saw was pink, but it looks like she needs some help.
Left. No, not right. Up.
Twybastian said in exasperation.
That's just what happens.
He was
All of her
hidden somewhere in
fantasies
Partiel's mane, near her
are
ear, getting
always
ransacked
seem
when
greater than they
Partiel was
usually
losing
are.
attempts at flight. Partiel didn't give up, keeping her sights set on the castle ahead. She didn't realize Dashi was flying to her aid, and before the prince could say a word, Partiel collided into him. The pair of them tumbled to the ground.
Whoa! Are you okay, miss?
Dashi asked, righting himself. Partiel looked up and beamed from ear to ear. She had found her prince at last. She leapt from the ground and tackled him in a hug, catching the prince off guard.
Nice to meet you, too.
Dashi said, trying to pry himself from the hug and failing.
What's your name?
Pardiel released him from her embrace and moved her lips to respond, forgetting that she was without a voice. The prince looked at her both confused and slightly amused as she flailed her hooves and
Confusion
attempted
and
to convey her
amusion.
meaning.
That's not a
You
word.
can't talk.
Confused and amused.
It took him how long to figure that out?
Amused
Quabastian
and
muttered from
confused.
Pardiel's maid.
AC.
Even so, Pardiel's
Okay, you know what I need to
over-exaggerated
just-
an infectious smile struck a chord with the prince. This
Stop
mare
saying
was
the
so
first thing
close
that
the
comes
one
to
he
my
was
mind.
seeking that he felt drawn to her.
Hey, you're new to Skyvale, aren't you?
Pardiel nodded enthusiastically.
Do you need some kind of help? My friend Dookie and I saw you struggling to fly. Here, take my hoof. We'll get you back to the castle so you can rest. I have an excellent staff who can make sure you're all right.
Pardiel's heart leapt and she reached out her own hoof to his. However, she failed to remember how to keep her balance on 3 hooves and toppled over again. Prince Dashi laughed as he helped her back onto her wobbly hooves.
You certainly know how to surprise a pony. Since I don't know your name, can I call you that? Surprise?
He didn't even attempt to learn your name, so he just names you? This is the pony you want to be with?
Quabastian whispered.
That's
to
like
Pardiel.
me meeting a
Pardiel
random
ignored him
person
more,
and then
happy just to be in
saying,
the
"Hey,
prince's
random
presence
person."
again. That afternoon, Pardiel had been given a clean bill
Wait,
of
no,
health
I already
from Prince
do that.
Dashi's staff. Once he was sure, Prince Dashi offered to tour the kingdom together. He showed her how they made the weather and how his pendant was the key to activate. You know what? This Pinkie Tales has already gone on for a good chunk of time. I think
Good
I
point.
might just skip ahead to the romantic sunset part. Any objections? No? No?
Oh,
Maybe we
right,
can
yeah,
song
she can't
to
talk.
Save some time.
Yeah, let's skip the songs.
On
No
with the
more
story,
singing,
then.
please. I don't.
1 more hour. Only 1 more hour. You have to get him to say it, Pardiel.
Twybastian cautioned from Pardiel's mane. Pardiel was too preoccupied staring lovingly into Prince Dashi's eyes to pay the crab any
Hey,
attention.
why are there
The pair
hearts
of
in the
them
middle of your
snuggled on a
eyes?
blanket atop the sand of a beach just below Skyvale. Prince Dashi had wanted to watch the sunset with her and reminisce about the fun and frivolity of the days they had spent together. Pardiel had had the time of her life with Dashi, and each day her love grew stronger. Twybastian was the only voice of reason to remind her of the situation at Hoof. Every passing hour, he became more frantic in his attempts to get Dashi to say the magic words.
You know, a few days ago, I would have done anything to find that mare who saved me. I thought I was in love with her. But
Now I realize I'm in love with you, as well as that person. Or, not person, as well as that pony.
Classic. Though, I doubt Dookie will be very happy with you for a while.
Pardiel smiled again and snuggled closer to the prince.
This sunset's really pretty, isn't it?
Dashi said, pointing to the sparkle of sunlight on the water. Pardiel's eyes widened at the mention of the sunset, and her entire demeanor changed. She quickly pulled away from the prince and put a hoof on her chest, then pointed to Dashi. She did the same to him, trying to get him to understand.
Oh, so now you listen to me.
Wait, what's wrong?
Pardiel continued the cycle,
I'm
touching her chest,
having
then
a
the
heart
prince,
attack,
touching his
but I
chest, and
can't
then
say
herself.
because I'm mute.
Unfortunately, the prince wasn't catching on.
You, have heartburn?
Pardiel shook her head.
You're trying a secret hoof shake?
Pardiel shook her head again, glancing at the sunset in panic.
Oh, come on! It's not that difficult.
Twybastian exclaimed from within Pardiel's mane.
Who said that?
Prince Dashi said, examining Pardiel's
Wait.
hair curiously. Twybastian popped out of the hair in bewilderment.
You can understand me? You could have understood
Apparently.
me this whole time?
Apparently so, which means all that past bit was just pointless filler.
Oh, I still have a difficult time speaking.
Well, actually, they did kind of skip ahead, so there wasn't any filler.
Who are you?
There's no time to explain. Quick!
Good
tell
job,
Pardiel to
I
love her
applaud
before
that.
the sun sets.
Pardiel looked at the prince with wide, pleading eyes, and though he didn't understand, he took the little crab's instruction.
I guess I do love you. Surprise? Or Pardiel? Was it?
The sun set over the water as soon as the
I
words
guess
escaped
I
his mouth.
love you. I'm not
Twybastian
sure.
gave
I'm
a
not
loud
one who
cheer
wants to
of
jump
celebration.
into committed
Pardiel,
relationships.
you did.
But before Twibastion could finish,
I like to what I like to
to
do is just, you know,
Prince behind.
meet a pony, spend a night with them, and then leave them behind in the
The
dust.
3 sirens emerged from the sea. Their crystals were glowing.
I am so sorry that
hovered above the water
I'm
beside
so
them.
sorry to anyone
Prince Dashi demanded,
who
attempting to
didn't
fly
like that.
Pariel's aid, but was instead repelled by the siren's magic.
He said he loved her. That was the deal.
Did you really expect us to be honest? If Pariel had read the contract rather than prattled on, she would see that she would end up our slave anyway.
And why didn't you say it to her sooner?
Your contract is just scribbles of ink on a piece of parchment paper.
She signed her name on the
Not
contract.
parchment paper, just parchment.
Is the prince illiterate or something?
Girls, you're getting off track. We have a little deal to strike with the prince here. Now that we know you're in love with that pathetic little mermare, we're willing to bet you'll do just anything to save her.
Wait, that voice. Are you just figuring everything out now? Your precious Mermare princess traded her voice to Adagio so she could be a Pegasus for you. Duh. Then it was you.
Yeah, the prince is kind of an idiot.
I knew it.
Prince Dashi exclaimed happily as Pariel nodded her head. His excitement was short-lived, however. Realizing the danger Pariel had gotten herself into on his behalf, he turned to face the sirens with a dark glare.
What do you want? Your pendant, of course. Give it over, or Pariel will serve us for the rest of eternity as a
Taco cart.
Taco carts.
Because tacos,
I've always wanted
because
one of
Sonata likes tacos.
Prince Dashi shouted,
Ugh.
holding the pendant in the air and summoning a storm cloud. He flew to the top of the cloud and kicked aside, sending bolts of lightning to the sirens and the containment field around Pariel. The sirens growled and their crystals grew brighter, deflecting the lightning and sending it back towards Dashi. The prince dodged and kicked the cloud towards the sirens to distract them. While they thrashed their hooves trying to dissipate it, Prince Dashi was flying circles around them, his pendant glistening as he did so. Soon after, a tornado formed around the sirens that sent all 3 of them.
You know, someone
spiraling
needs to
into
make
the
an
air.
animated
Dashi
version of
threw
all these
Pariel's aid,
stories.
beating his hooves against the bubble around her.
You can't just describe climaxes like
Dashi
this
said,
and have
putting
it be
his hoof
cool.
against the bubble.
Not
Pariel
cool, and have
did
it
the
be
same.
very
Destroy the
visual
crystals and you'll
eyes.
destroy the sirens.
At least not
Twibastion
for
called
me.
from the shore.
Of course.
Dashi answered. He flew towards the tornado, using all the strength in his wings to keep from being pulled into it. Aiming his pendant just right, Dashi sent a bolt of lightning into the jumbled sirens, hitting Adagio's crystal. He gave a victorious cheer when he saw a pink ray of magic escape the tornado. Directly at Pariel, bursting the bubble that contained her. Pariel splashed back into the sea. When she emerged, her voice had been full of
Animation! It's minimalistic, but it's still something!
I'm fine, but I think we have a big...
Or not minimal. I'm not sure if it's
Pariel
minimalistic,
cried,
but
pointing her hoof at
it's
the
still
sirens to escape the
something!
tornado, with smug grins on their faces. Their
I must
crystals
take it all in
flashed
while I
from
can,
the
because this is probably the only time I'm going to see that.
One little prince. Now that you have restored my true voice, we can unleash our magic on you. That pendant will be ours.
Adagio announced with a cackle. She and the other sirens turned their attention to the prince and began to sing. Their hypnotic spell was drawing the prince towards them, and he was helpless to stop it.
Dashi, no!
Pariel cried, holding him back as best as she could. Twibastion aided the princess, jumping from Pariel's mane onto Prince Dashi's back and crawling up to cover his ears.
Don't listen! If you don't listen, they can't control you!
The siren's singing grew stronger.
She's not moving. Like, her wings aren't flapping.
Holding out his pendant as he did so.
I don't think
Dash's
so.
wings aren't flapping.
Daring Duke called, flying directly into Dash.
Or like they're folded, I should say. So.
She caught him, putting her hooves over his ears and making sure he was unable to turn back to the singing.
And I've got professional
Daring
grade
Duke swiped the
earplugs, right?
pendant from the prince long before he hit the waves. The sirens,
Got earplugs,
undeterred,
at least.
began their hypnotic.
Don't know if they're
Duke.
professional grade,
Soon
but they are
learned
earplugs,
that
meant to
their
help you
song was
avoid
unheeded.
bad singing
Daring
like that.
Duke had preemptively plugged his ears, effectively blocking their magic. He unfurled a whip that had been wrapped around one of his wings, and with one mighty crack, he bound all 3 sirens together.
I'd have thought that
by
was a
their
rope.
tails.
Just binding the wings for some reason.
King Crankyton said, emerging from the water in a magnificent display. The crown atop his head was glowing, and from the pearl embedded within, a great flash of light shot magic through the air towards the unsuspecting sirens. A great swirling vortex appeared before them. Daring Duke smiled and nodded, whipping the sirens around in the air for a moment before slinging them into the portal. The sirens' screams echoed as the portal closed around them, forever trapping them on the other side.
Wait.
Whoa! Didn't think you had that in you, Dookie Doo.
Prince Dashy said, shaking his head to clear the trance he had been under.
I haven't really been honest with you, Your Highness. I'm not really a duke. I've been hunting those sirens long before I got to Skydale.
A portal.
I knew they'd be after the pendant, so I masqueraded as a
Does that
duke
lead
in an
to
effort
the
keep it
Equestria
safe.
Girls universe?
Oh, so you're only like me for my pendant.
Dashy said jokingly, shoving his friend. Daring Duke sighed and rolled his eyes.
You're not half as incompetent as I thought. The pendant
You're
was
only
saved from
half
Dashy.
as incompetent.
Though I have to admit, that portal of
You're
yours
only
sure
half
was
as incompetent as I
I
thought.
thought merponies didn't have magic.
Well, we've had it, but I don't like to use it. No self-respecting pony relies on magical nonsense unless it's absolutely necessary.
Hear that, Twilight?
Floundershy
Don't
asked,
use your
finally feeling
magic
brave enough
constantly.
to
It
swing out
affects
from her hiding place
problems.
behind the king. Artiel smiled, knowing that Floundershy had been the one to alert her father what was happening. Ultimately, she had saved her life. Partiel swam into her and hugged her tightly, before answering her question.
Can't rely high. Alternate universe S's will take care of them. With
Yeah.
alternate universe Pony Twilight.
RDL, you are in worlds of trouble. When we get back to the palace, you'll be grounded for the rest of your life, and...
Please, Doodle Daddy. Please let me stay with Prince Dashy. I love him.
Partiel pleaded. Prince Dashy joined her, flying just above the waves.
And I love her too.
No, absolutely not.
I just
No
realized
dog of mine will
there's
marry a
no more
Pegasus.
animation.
As the king
Oh well.
ranted on, a white bird swooped in and stole the crown from atop the king's head. His wig fell into the ocean in the process.
Rarity.
Birdie cried, placing the crown on her own brow.
My ship will live on!
The magic of the crown activated, and Partiel's fins began to change. In a burst of
So
bright
Rarity
light,
is a
she turned back into
Rarity
Pegasus
is
and
a
jumped into the
rainbow
hooves
pie
of her
shipper.
prince. Satisfied with herself, Birdie returned the crown to the king.
Fascinating.
Perched upon it in case he got any ideas about changing her back.
You're bald?
You know, if you let part
That's
of
what's
us
shocking?
I'm sure we could all forget that we
Not the
saw
fact that a bird talked about
Alright,
shipping
You can stay with the
a
Pegasus.
mermare with
And
a
if this
Pegasus?
grown-up thing doesn't work out, you can bet I'll be back here to take you home.
Don't worry, that'll never happen. Okay, everyone can go away now. This part of the story is just too good to share.
It's rocks in the shape of the end. I guess they went to it. Unless you'd like me to tell you all the different rocks I found at the bottom of the ocean.
That's quite enough of that.
I cannot help but find that just
I hope
funny.
you enjoyed this story, and I hope to see you all again next time for some more Pinkie Tales.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be back. Written and directed by MagPie, art and animate, art by Cass, Flurry Notes, Brony Cooper, marking, treble sketch, Dragon Rider, Wild Card is the narrator. I don't know that person. Wait, that was the Lost. Yeah, ha! It was Venom Melon. Disney fanatic, familiar with her work. Ah, that was Will. He never tells me anything now. Of course, he never told me anything because we don't know each other. So, guess there's no reason why he would tell me anything. Egghead and the Beast. Okay. Gee, I wonder who the Egghead could be. And they're all merponies, or mermares. Yeah, mermares. For the record, I've seen all the other Pinkie Tales, and... Okay. Wow, that was... It was good. Despite me being a bit Was I weirder than usual? No, despite me maybe being a bit more seemingly negative on it, so I liked it. It was good for what it was. Besides, who can dislike anything that is basically a parody of a Disney movie with Pinkie Pie as the main character? Didn't think so. Now, okay. In the meantime, if you like this and want to see more reactions, hit the like button down there, and if you didn't like it, well, sorry. I know my webcam can be very annoying at times. And if it was just my commentary, then, well, not my webcam. I don't know. What do you want from me? Anyway. But if you did like it and want to see more videos when they come out, hit the subscribe button and be sure to click that little bell to enable notifications to pop up right around your taskbar. Yeah, that's what it's called, taskbar. But in the meantime, I'm Josiah the Game King. Actually, should I even call myself that? Because I'm doing more than gaming. I am just Josiah the Variety King. And I'm signing off for now. Bye, guys.